Hello and welcome to another lecture of church modeling. So we completed the roof, we worked together on the rear, and I asked you to focus on the middle one. This is my version, and I added a border on the left and a border on the right, and these works very well for transitions. What you can do is also select this vertex and go to roof. It's just something what I discovered, and rotate it, turn it off, and you have some nice sort of nice border there as well. Okay, good. All right, I like to focus now on creating ornaments, and ornaments makes your building looks beautiful, like more identity, more unique. So right now it looks a little bit empty, although we did great work. Ornaments just make something way better. All right, and I can't wait to start with it. It's a very exciting thing to do. So let's take a look at the reference, what it is all about. So we have these construction bears, and imagine this church, they built a church, but without these sort of pillars, this church was broken in a minute. So yeah, it makes it more strong, and you call that bears. And I like to model it. So when you look at the shape, you can see it's starting here, it's pretty wide, then it's getting smaller, sort of border, smaller again, this is even more visible, and you go up, you get smaller, and one more time. So we're going to recreate that. And I like to start with adding the cube. Cube is a great way to start modeling objects. All right, so I'll make this smaller. Yes. I like to put the origin. Oh, we're still in face mode, vertex mode. So I like to have the origin on the bottom. Go to top view, control point, and as Y, make it smaller. All right, now we start. So we select these vertices, and before we extrude or do anything, control A, rotation and scale. So we have the right scaling. Okay, extrude a little bit and scale it inwards. All right, that's the first step, and we do it one more time. Okay, something like this. And we make a border. Yeah, a little bit more. And sort of a bevel. And another extrude. And we scale this. Or, yeah, scale it. And yeah, what are we going to do? Yeah, I prefer this. So we go back to the reference. So we are now on this point, and you can see it's smaller. So this is a little bit too much. Needs to be something like this. Okay, but we can change that in the end. We extrude it. This is the longest part. Yeah. And we make a new border. It's pretty fast. I think this is too much. Do something like this and scale it a bit more. Okay, extrude and inside and scale it, and we go back to the reference. So you can see this is a very small one, so I did it. It was a little bit too much. But we're not using a very good reference background image, so that's why you sometimes have to change it. All right, that's the last one. There we go. And you extrude, grab this one and attach it. Okay, grab this one. So this is the version that we created, and if we compare this with the original one, you can see that it's almost looking good, but we need to change a little bit of this one and a bit more of that one. And I think we need to make it a little bit smaller as Y, but don't do it like this. Just grab these vertices. Okay, set origin to geometry. All right. Oh no, that's not what we want to do. We wanted to have it on the bottom. All right. Okay, one more quick check. So this is the longest part. This is a smaller one. And this is a smaller one as well. So I prefer something like so. All right, so we put this on the wall. Right there, you can see it's way too big, but now we scale this. Yes. All right, and I think it's looking great. So we can add textures. Before we do that, we select the rear as X, make it smaller. X faces for these as well, because we're not seeing it. So why using extra space? I'm only thinking about the top. I think it's different like this. All right, so we have to scale it a little bit more. All right, but we're finished. All right, let's add a texture. And I like to work with the same texture as we added on the church, and that is church brick. So new material, we call this church brick. There we go. So we make a projection. Let's select the texture in the UV image editor, brick. All right, I'm pressing U. Oh, I'd like to check one more thing. Yeah, the scale is bad again because we scaled it. All right, U, projection from view. Scale this. And yeah, we start with this. Texture mode. We have to wait a second. All right, a little bit more. Okay. And we grab the front, U, projection from view. Drag this to the left, select everything, Control L, and scale it. Okay, this will work. So let's take a look from the front. And I think it needs to be a little bit smaller, just a little bit. All right, but again, we can change this after we added extra sandstone. It's just a sort of a measurement tool. All right. So I was talking about the sandstone, how that works. Well, I like to start with adding some borders on it. So I'll go to another material. I'll add another material, image, open. And it was kind of hard to find, but church beer 1, open. So when I select these, and I click border, beer, border, U. Oh well, it's already a map, so we don't have to do that. So we go to church, beer. Oh, that's a typo. Beer. Oh, great. All right, church, beer. There we go. Okay. So I grab these. S, Y. Scale this a bit. Bit more. All right. Control L. Take a look. Assign. So it looks stretched. And this looks better. So you can add extra lines like so and grab these to avoid the stretching. And same for this one. Sort of a hocus pocus, but fake it till you make it. Sometimes that works pretty good. Fine, and we will do the same with these. So I like to start with that one, scale it. And keep watching. Like you need to assign it. And we grab these. And they're not nearly the same, so put it in position. Texture mode. Assign it. Of course, assign it. Okay, and the top one. And that's smaller. So assign. There they are. And we stretch it. All right, texture. All right, looking fine. So we need to do one more thing, and that is adding the sandstone. I like to do that in another lecture, so we can take our time and adding the details on it so it looks beautiful. All right, see you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.